Hi everyone! So this video is sort of explaining directly some of the health problems that we've had with the herd lately and some of the things that we've got to prepare ourselves for in the near future. Now, a lot of you will know about Lyra's recent illness. So she had bloat and gut stasis and was taken to the vet for that and treated at home, as well as the drugs that I got from the vet. And that was a really stressful week of full-on looking out for her, really syringe feeding around the clock and really trying to get her back on track. And Lyra did improve and is looking much better now, and it really did restore my confidence in that sort of process that all too often seems to go badly and not the way that we want. And it's really stressful no matter what the pet is, and to see her improve was just amazing. I couldn't have hoped for anything better. She's munching away now. She's doing really great. I'm just being careful around what vegetables I'm giving her, because I think she's been left with a bit of a sensitive tummy and we don't want to kind of overdo it with lettuces and juicy things like that, no matter how much she begs for them. Bless her. Whenever there's fresh food around, she is so desperate to get some. It's really funny, but I have to try to kind of hold back and focus on what's best for her. So that was Lyra, and thank you so much to everyone who sent messages and commented on the YouTube post and just sent well wishes. It really did mean a lot to me. It was a very worrying time, so thank you everyone who did. Your support really does mean a lot. So that was Lyra, and I want to talk now about Willow. Unfortunately, Willow's had to go and see the vet as well, and for Willow it's not good news, I'm afraid. So I noticed around a week or so ago that she had lumps underneath her arms, and maybe she had a sort of lump coming in her neck area. So I managed to get a vet appointment yesterday, which was Saturday, at the Exotics Vets that's near me, and the vets checked her over. It's all a bit weird these days with you not being allowed to go in. You can't see them examine them, and you can't really have that opportunity to just talk informally with the vet, but he is an excellent vet, and when he came back and handed me Willow back and went into what he'd found, it sort of confirmed my fears and expectations, really. So unfortunately, Willow has cancer. She's got a tumour or tumours. I think the vet seemed to think it was one big tumour all sort of around her chest area, and probably, if it's under here, her lymph nodes as well. And he didn't really say what type of cancer, just that it's there. It's a thoracic tumour and it's not going anywhere, and they're not going to operate. I would never dream of trying to operate on something like that with an older piggy like Willow. So what we've got for Willow is steroids. Now, steroids aren't really usually given to guinea pigs except when they are terminally ill. So the steroid is a really strong anti-inflammatory. It suppresses the immune system as well, which I think with cancers can sort of work to fight it. With Willow, we're not fighting it, we're buying her more time. So with Willow, I found myself in a sort of funny situation where you're torn between knowing that she's not going to be around forever and she might have weeks, probably weeks left, and then having that opportunity to be aware that something's wrong and make the most of the time she's got left. And really, this isn't something that us guinea pig owners get the chance to have a lot of times. Just saying it how it is, a lot of the time a guinea pig becomes ill and you've not got much time at all to sort of cherish and think, wow, I'm gonna make the most of this time that's left. But with Willow, I've been given that, so she's fine, she's eating and everything. She can be a bit down and a bit lethargic at times, but that's kind of all part of the symptoms surrounding the tumour. So because it's in that area, it could be affecting her heart, it could be affecting her like throat and the veins and the arteries that are in there. But while she's eating and basically carrying on as normal, we're going to support her, we're going to give her the steroids, and we're just going to make the most of whatever time we have. And the other thing is that Willow's not a young piggy at all, so she's probably over 7 years old now, which would make her the oldest piggy I've owned. I first got her in 2015, around that time that she came with Twiglet, her daughter, and the time I also adopted Lyra. So those three kind of came to me together, and Willow, since then, she was already grown up, so I don't know how old she was though. She was kind of in her prime, so I think she was between 1 and 2 years old. She's always been such a gentle, loving pig. She was so skittish to begin with, and to be honest, sometimes she still evades me. I find it really hard to catch her sometimes, but she's always been a really loving pig. She bonded with Lyra and they've remained really close friends. Twiglet unfortunately is no longer with us. Twiglet was a bit of a rebel character. She was always super outgoing, and you know, I look fondly on when Twiglet was around, and that's when piggies pass, you know, you have that period of grief, but then you're looking back with fond memories, and yeah, that's what really makes it all worth owning them, is that time that you've got with them, and they just brighten up your day every day. Inevitably we have to say goodbye to them at some point, so you know, Willow is going to pass, and I thought maybe it was a good idea to sort of prepare you guys for that, as well as thinking myself how it might happen and what we're going to do. When it does happen, we're just going to be there for her. We're going to not make her suffer any more than she has to, and we're going to do the right thing for her. So yeah, that's where we are with things at the moment, really. And of course the other two piggies, Phoebe and Roxy, they're doing great. Roxy is gigantic at the moment. She's going to be a really heavy girl. Phoebe is still kind of lightweight, relatively. She's still super cheeky. I'm getting really defensive over Willow when Phoebe comes and tries to steal food off her. We're like, no, leave her alone. She can't have anything that annoys her. She's got to be pampered. So yeah, Phoebe can be a little bit irritating at times towards the other piggies when there's food involved. But yeah, so obviously we'll keep you updated with how things go. If you don't follow us on Instagram, then I usually am okay at putting on stories and things on there, so that's probably where you would hear anything first. And if you just want to know what it's like looking after a terminally ill piggy, for example, then I'll try and like do some relevant posts and stories on there. And to anyone who does have a poorly piggy at the moment, then my heart does go out to you. If it's something that they stand a chance of recovering from, then I've been there. I know how stressful it is and how horrible it feels when you feel what you're doing is not changing anything. But stick at it, try to stay positive, and fingers crossed your piggy will be well. So I think that's where I'm going to leave this video now, guys. Sorry there's been a lot of water bottle noise in the background. That tends to happen whenever I start filming, literally. So thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel, and new subscribers too. Everyone who's been leaving comments. I know the regular people that comment on every video, so thank you so much to you too. And we will see you very soon. So that's all for now. Bye bye.